Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to talk about the Hot Toys Electro, aka the new. Let's get started. So a few weeks ago, Hot Toys on their official Instagram and Facebook, they teased a photo of the Hot Toys Electro from the movie Spider-Man No Way Home. So we're going to take a look at that particular figure, that particular announcement in this video. So this is the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Electro figure based on the likeness of the actor Jamie Foxx and obviously based on the likeness of the character Electro from the movie Spider-Man No Way Home. It's a pre-order product, it's $285 and it's due for release in quarter 3 or 4 of 2023. So that's sometime between July and December of next year. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at everything that he comes with. Before we do that, I'm just going to say that I love this film. Tom Holland, I think, is the best Spider-Man. I really didn't have any interest in the Tobey Maguire or the Andrew Garfield movies. I just didn't really like them. I thought Tom Holland's the first time they got the character right, and I really liked the way Tony Stark just kind of plucked him out of New York and started using him in the Avengers, as opposed to telling the same story about how he loses his uncle over and over again. And I really liked the spin that they put on in No Way Home. So I have no interest in the Lizard or the Sandman. I know people are already crying out for him. I just wouldn't buy them. I know I wouldn't buy them. I have no interest in them. I do have an interest in the battle damaged hooded version of the Goblin if they do release it. I know that they've gone and announced the kind of Raimi-verse, the Green Goblin. That's fine and all, but the one I want is the battle damaged one with the hoodie and the satchels and the heavily worn battle damaged look with the goggles and hopefully a battle damaged the glider. I do have an interest in the Doc Ock if they fix the head sculpt. This one here, it's the big three, so I am interested in it, but I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but we're going to get into that. Let's take a look at everything it comes with. First of all, a base that, with this, if I got it, I probably would use, because I think the best look for him is some sort of a levitating pose, kind of like, basically kind of like the scenes on the Statue of Liberty scenes in this movie. Bunch of swap out hands. I really like the job they've done on the boots. I'll show you pictures of them later on. Then he has obviously the Jamie Foxx head sculpt, which looks great. He's got a bunch of these Electro Effects, which I don't really like, although I do like how they've kind of made the electricity look kind of like a star or a crown, which is kind of the iconic look from the character Electro from the comic books, and I like that. That's one thing the MCU does really well. Instead of taking a straight lift, because a lot of time taking a straight lift from the comic books to the movie just doesn't simply work. But just to do these little things that just give a nod, and it does, the pick and choose, and I like that. So the harnesses look good and all this kind of black and yellow cabling. That looks great. The Stark reactor, all these kind of straps and stuff, kind of similar to like Whiplash's character and the figure we got from Whiplash from Iron Man 2. So yeah, so a lot looks good. Basically comes with everything he would come with in the movie, really. Apart from, they probably should have included the kind of green reactor, the kind of thing that Spider-Man was kind of putting onto his chest to try and dissipate the electricity and try to cure him or whatever. Possibly should have included that, which they haven't done. And apparently it doesn't light up. But anyway, let's take a look at some of these images. I think the outfit looks good. Yeah, that's pretty much like some sort of cargo work pants or whatever. That's what he was wearing in the movie. Kind of a black a t-shirt underneath. I think that looks very well, even though I don't like these electricity effects, and I believe they are kind of reused parts, or very similar to one of the Miles Morales Spider-Man characters. These are kind of similar effect pieces to kind of symbolize that kind of electricity. And the thing I have with it is, the reason I purchased these 6 scale figures, the reason I collect Hot Toys is because they have these highly screen accurate versions and amazing head sculpts, and the detail that makes it look exactly like a shrunken down 6 scale version of what you see on the screen. But when you add these electricity effects and stuff like that, it just definitely takes a step back for me. It looks a lot more toyish. Like, I know essentially they're toys for big boys, but I do see them more as high-end collectibles, and when you stick these effects on them, sometimes they just they look too toyetic and toy-like for my likings. Although I do think this particular pose and the way they've done this looks very well. Good use of the base as well. The way the foot is there, you can't see the dynamic stand behind him. I think they might have photoshopped out the stand, because I presume this would grab around his waist. Wondering how that will work with all these cables and stuff like that. You'd be very careful with how you're applying that. The head sculpt looks good. I see people absolutely raving about it, but this is not a 10 in my opinion. It's definitely Jamie Foxx. they've got the hairline, the texture of the hair right. I think they've got like just the facial expressions right. The yeah, the goatee looks okay. I think maybe it's a bit actually kind of longer, a bit thicker than what it was in the movie. Maybe I'm wrong on that. You can let me know in the comment section down below. But all in all, it's a good head sculpt. I'd mark this probably in or around an 8. There's something about it that I just can't put my finger on. It is a very strong head sculpt, but I don't think it's like a 10 as much as a lot of other people are raving about. I think it's the eyes. I think it's something about the eyes. I really like the details on the belt and the straps, and again these what are kind of like electrical cables. They look like the kind of yellow and black electrical cables. I like that. The boots they've just knocked out of the park as well. The cut and sew and the tailoring and the outfit are fantastic. The only issue I really have is I think the eyes are a little dead looking, and the electricity effects are just toy-like. Now this is worth the price of admission here, even though you have jointed arms, which I just can't stand. They don't really stand out that much because you have all these straps and wires. It really takes your attention away from them, so that doesn't bother me too much. Obviously I prefer seamless arms, but yeah, this isn't like the John Cena one, which the jointed arms and that just look hideous. Look at the detail in this. You have this kind of like I think it's like a black t-shirt underneath, and then this kind of vest he has on, the zips and everything, all the straps and everything like that. The cabling kind of looks like a harness and all these little clips. The detail's amazing. You have the Stark reactor here, Stark reactor, arc reactor, whatever you call it. I just think it looks really well. I think the head sculpt is on point, the cut and sew is on point, the outfit's on point, all these kind of harnesses are on point, the cables. The only thing that the weakest part I do think are those effects. Like there, I think they look terrible in that photo, to be honest. Boots look great. Again, this looks pretty cool, but I wonder what that's going to look like on a shelf. Apparently this doesn't light up. Again, if I'm wrong about that, let me know in the comment section down below. So look, this is going to make a lot of people very happy. I did mention before when I did a little video about the kind of teaser. Okay, the head sculpt looks phenomenal there. That angle is the strongest angle. Yeah, that angle kind of pushed it up a bit, maybe to like an 8.5 in my opinion, but that is the best angle. Yeah, look, the head sculpt, it's a strong head sculpt. I just don't think it's like a 10 or a 9 personally. I definitely think Hot Toys have done better. So all in all, I'm happy with this release. I'm not sold on it yet. I'm not sure if it's a figure I definitely have to have in my collection, because the strongest villains that I liked about No Way Home, or the strongest characters, like in the villains category, were Doc Ock and Green Goblin, that battle damage version, which I much prefer than the regular version. It would be nice to have the 3Ds together, so I'm not 100% getting this, but I'm not 100% passing on it either. There are other figures that I want to get before that, but I do like the idea of getting all 3. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of this video. So if you want to support the channel, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know, do you like this? Are you picking this up? Is it a pass? Are you going to buy it? Did you like the character? What do you think of the head sculpt? And more importantly, what do you think of those electrical effects? That would really let me know if you watched to the end of the video. And you can also follow me on Twitter and follow me on Instagram. That's pretty much it. See you in the next one. Good luck.